Today I'm going to be talking about why the feminist movement is a trap and how can you connect to the real feminine energy. So let's talk about feminist and femininity. And today's world, we've seen a lot of women coming forward with this feminist energy, protesting, doing marches, women's equals rights with men, and all these things that really women are standing. And I get it. I also have been there myself where I was like, if I need to get paid more than men, then why men, all these things, really like standing in my power, like, why is men making more money than women? All these things. However, and women have come a long way in standing in their masculine energy against men, because this is what brings in this energy. Women have become very, especially in the Western world, women have become very successful, making a lot of money, doing the things that they love. But I'm not talking about that. This is great that women have been a sense of where do they belong in the world. And not every woman is in that space. And so when I talk about this, how does that feel in your body? Does it feel expensive? Does it feel heavy? And the truth is, we have been completely misled in many different ways. Society has brained us into many different routes. But in my own space, when I started to study and my own way of healing my own feminine energy, I started to see, this was years ago, this probably was 10 years ago, I started to look and see what is the true meaning of the feminine energy? What is the true space to be feminine? And there was like zero things about women being feminine. But something didn't feel right. All these things had been hidden. And the only thing that was really creating some type of movement was the feminist movement. And yes, there is a part of society for that space. There's a space where women become, they really want to be seen and be expressed and being loud, and that is fine. However, when that gets misled with toxicity, because it now becomes toxicity of, I have to be equal as men. And the truth is, we're not equal as men. Men are men, women are women. There is no equality until there is union, until there is real union. And right now, we're walking parallel. We're not walking united. And so I want to really be here in a space where I talk about the femininity, the energy, the femininity energy, the nourishment, the sensuality, the softness, the creative force, the power of the softness, the alchemy, the passion, the creation, the expansion of ourselves that take up space without needing to push or fight, of being in this fight or flight of survival state. And this is where majority of us as women have been, in this fight or flight, in this moment of suppression, anger, confused, frustrated, angry at men. So many, including myself too. I am not saying I've never been there, including myself, because I carry that lineage for generations in my family of feminine energy being abused so many times in my generation. So I get it. I get it, the anger. I get the frustration. I get the discomfort of not feeling safe in the world. Yeah, woman wants to feel safe, wants to feel protected by the masculine. And so when we start to connect to our femininity, a true feminine essence, we start to open the door for that union to happen. For that union, that peace, and that harmony to happen between ourselves first. And we start to release the resentment that we have for men, the resentment that we carry in our lineage, in our generation. And we start to open the space for healing. And we start to open the space for that union to happen. And it's not coming from the space. We need to really, this is why I do these practices. This is why I hold space for women where they can come in and really release any somatic expression that needs to be moved through the body, because we need to feel it. We need to feel it. We need to move through those emotions in the energetic space of our body to allow what is holding us hostage in our hearts, in our womb, and how to break free from that. Because all those things have been implemented from generations to generations. So this is the time that we need to flower. We need to nourish our flower. We need to nourish, feeling yourself to be a flower. And this flower needs nourishment. The flower needs love. The flower needs sun. Needs a space, a safe space where it can grow and flourish. And yet I know there's many things chaotic happening in the world. And some women are more lucky than others to be in spaces where they can feel more safe than others. But this is why I'm being a voice to this. And this is why I hope wherever you are in the world, that with these energies that we can really start to harness that peace within ourselves, with our sisters, with woman to woman, especially woman to woman. We have this wounded energy with other women because also society and this condition has really put us against each other in all levels. So this is also why I do this work with women, because the generation that has been hurt through other women and men. So it's a whole entire cake that needs to be seen from different angles, needs to be tasted from different angles, not just one way of seeing things. It's a whole pie of things. It's a whole flavor of things. And some are sweeter, some are bitter. Some are juicy and some are dry. But it's about us to take the responsibility to heal, to come into our bodies, to come into center, to come into that harmony within our feminine and within our masculine. And there we can start creating a beautiful space on this beautiful earth that is provided for us. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, comment, and join me in this more movement of this beautiful connection that we're having and this beautiful space that we're creating and the community that is about to grow. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.